The Transformers films have shown a fair share of losses and victories, but when it came to Autobots, some of their deaths were also the most tragic. The Transformers film universe had its fair share of grit, but while the Michael Bay films featured some of the most brutal moments of the series, 2018's Bumblebee had its own moments of intense violence. Nevertheless, even though Autobots and Decepticons were often killed in cold blood, there were many losses on the side of the heroes that were more tragic than anything else. Some characters who didn't have much screen time still managed to conjure up a truly emotional death. Number 6. Jazz. Jazz took on the strongest Decepticon and lost. 2007's Transformers did a fantastic job of introducing some of the big Autobot names of the G1 era. This included Jazz, Optimus Prime's first lieutenant. While he was the smallest Autobot on the team, he was one of the bravest and quick to pick on the biggest Decepticons in the film's final battle. But when he went toe-to-toe with Megatron, his gusto didn't save his life, after the leader of the Decepticons ripped the brave Autobot in half. Number 5. Quell was executed on his knees. In Transformers Dark of the Moon, the Decepticons were no longer in the market of tormenting their enemies. Instead, they were more likely to kill on command without hesitation. Sadly, this led to the fate of Quell, the Autobots' resident weapons maker and tech whiz who took the place of Wheeljack. In the Battle of Chicago, he and Bumblebee were captured and brought to their knees by Decepticons like Soundwave. Quell quickly realized he was up for execution and immediately tried to bargain, but was instead met with 2 gunshots to the chest in a painful scene. Number 4. Optimus Prime. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen saw Optimus Prime in one of the most brutal scenes of the series. In a 3-way battle between Megatron, Starscream, and Grindor, Prime fought his way through all of them and even killed one. But the moment he tried to find his ally and friend Sam Witwicky, he was blindsided. In that instant, Megatron stabbed him in the back and fired his cannon through his chest. In his last words, Prime told Sam to run, and while he was later revived in the film, Prime's death was still devastating to see. Number 3. Cliffjumper. Cliffjumper died a loyal Autobot. Bumblebee didn't feature many character deaths in the same way that Michael Bay's films had, but what it lacked in quantity, it gained in emotional losses. In this case, that came in the loss of Cliffjumper, the counterpart and close friend of Bumblebee. Cliffjumper was one of the Autobots to escape Cybertron, but sadly didn't make it to Earth. The Decepticons Shatter and Dropkick had cornered the Autobot and interrogated him for information that he didn't willingly give. In the end, his loyalty was rewarded by being bisected in a death crueler than expected. Number 2. Ironhide. Ironhide was a victim of betrayal. Transformers Dark of the Moon may have featured the deaths of newcomer Autobots, but it also featured the loss of a character that had been there from the start. Ironhide was the weapons specialist and grizzled soldier of the Autobots, and one that didn't trust easily. But in meeting Sentinel Prime, he believed he was just as trustworthy as Optimus. All that changed when Sentinel shot him in the back with a rust gun, leading to an accelerated disintegration and end to the beloved character. Number 1. Ratchet. Ratchet was hunted while begging for mercy. Transformers Age of Extinction started on a grim note, with the assassination of Ratchet after being hunted by the very humans that he trusted. But to make matters worse, his loss came when he was already injured as he tried to explain himself, in hopes of a chance to aid in any way he could. Instead, he was met with Lockdown, a rogue Transformer, pulling the spark out of his chest, so that his body could later be used to create Transformium. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let us know which Autobot's death was the most tragic for you. If you have any suggestions or requests for future videos, please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this.